Last week, Fort Worth City Council approved an economic incentives package that could supercharge a real estate boom on the city's west side. It's not the only huge development, though, going on here in North Texas, of course. Keeping track of it all has been the Dallas Business Journal. Here to tell us more about all of this is the editor-in-chief of the Dallas Business Journal, Will Anderson. Thanks for coming in again, Will. A lot going on right now, and you know, it seems like it wasn't that long ago that we were hearing that office space was not needed anymore. People were going to be working from home. But if you commute home at 5 o'clock, you've probably noticed more crowded roadways.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, it wasn't that long ago where, you know, even start of this year, end of last year, where it felt like, were we going to see really big office projects again? And here you go, interesting timing with the $1.7 billion development in Fort Worth that you're alluding to. Mm-hmm. It involves Keystone Group, which is the firm of billionaire Robert Bass, as well as Larkspur Capital, a Dallas firm. They're going to bring a ton of office space, as well as, you know, hotels, other things. But 880,000 square feet of office space planned. That's the biggest delivery, could be the biggest delivery Fort Worth has seen at one time in more than 40 years.
That really gives, and I like that metric, you know, because I read your article and it really stuck out to me when I saw the biggest delivery of office space potentially in 43 years. Yep. I think that gives, you know, all of us a picture of this. We see this, you know, square feet and all of that, and we, you know, may not really, you know, put two and two together on that. That's a lot of office space coming, though.
Yes, and Fort Worth hasn't been the most robust market, office market. Yeah. So, but it's generational, right? Mm-hmm. We haven't seen this in a long, long time. At the same time, this week it was also announced that demolition should start very soon on the old KERA site. So that's, you know, the radio station site there, and they've relocated. And there could be, you know, multiple towers there with 400,000 square feet of offices. You could have condos, you could have hotel, and that's in Uptown, which has been a pretty healthy real estate market, pretty healthy office market, but still the timing is interesting. I mean, there's just so much money flowing into this, and part of it is Dallas kind of stands out. You know, it's just a big real estate market. There's a lot of tailwinds here, but interesting to see if you're paying attention to the real estate.
Well, so we got a lot of offices going in with these, but you know, as usual now we see with these humongous developments, a lot of them are mixed use. So you see these, you know, higher end luxury living spaces going in as well, and some commercial there too.
Yeah, the idea is to make it kind of the live, work, play, as people talk about, a little cliche, but what you want to do is activate it throughout the day, right? So it's not just office users who leave at 5 and the building's empty. And in a hybrid, I mean, hybrid is still a big thing. Hybrid work is still a big thing. When you look at the office market, there's about a third fewer people in Dallas-Fort Worth coming into the office as there were in 2019. So it's still a decline. But this year is up from 2024. 24 was up from 23. So it's this gradual, continuous kind of come back to the office. And because of things that you've reported about, that we've all seen, population growth, corporate headquarters relocations, with Dallas-Fort Worth leads the nation in the past few years, and that all those things kind of contribute. Where if office is going to get built anywhere, it kind of makes sense that it's being here in Uptown, in Fort Worth, just near the cultural district, which is really booming.
Well, and finally, though, these incentives don't hurt either. You know, these cities are putting money on the table and drawing these developers in and kind of helping to grease the wheels here.
Yes, and incentives packages can come in many forms, right? Sometimes there's grants for job creation, and a lot of these deals, the money is coming from a TIF, tax increment financing, which is very boring and like dreary, hard to talk about. But basically, increases in property values get turned around and funneled back into infrastructure improvements. So it's developers would argue it's money that it wouldn't be created unless property values go up. So then just funneling that back into things they need, like new sidewalks, new drainage. But cities are putting money on the line, and that money could always go elsewhere, so they're making a decision, and it's because they want office space to be full and to succeed. Because office users, the people that own the office space, are big property taxpayers, which go into city coffers, police budgets, all sorts of things. So they want to make sure there's not a reckoning in the office market that kills their budget.
A lot of stuff going on right now. Will Anderson with the Dallas Business Journal. Thanks for coming on and walking us through it and actually making tax increment financing sound interesting too.
Got to try.
It's not an easy thing to do.
No.
If you'd like to learn more, check out their articles there on the Dallas Business Journal online.